The wind cut through the mountain pass like a blade, sharp and unforgiving. Snow clung to the jagged rocks, and the sky hung low and gray, threatening another storm. An old woman struggled forward, her breath shallow, her steps unsteady. On either side of her walked two young girls, no older than 10 and 12, their small hands gripping her worn shawl as if it were the only thing anchoring them to the world. They had been walking since dawn. Their village was gone. A landslide, sudden and merciless, had swallowed homes, fields, and memories in a single roar. Those who survived scattered in different directions, chasing rumors of safety like desperate prayers. For the old woman, there was only one direction left to go, up the mountain. Everyone said a man lived there. A mountain man, quiet, rough, dangerous, some whispered, others said he hated people and trusted no one. But they also said he never turned away the starving animals that wandered near his cabin in winter. As dusk crept in, they finally saw it, a small wooden cabin standing alone against the vastness of stone and snow. Smoke rose faintly from its chimney. The girls stopped. "Grandmother," the younger one whispered, fear trembling in her voice. "What if he sends us away?" The old woman looked at the cabin, then down at the cracked shoes on their feet, the bruises on their hands, the hunger hollowing their faces. She straightened her back, even as pain shot through her legs. "Then we will keep walking," she said softly. "But first, we must ask." She knocked. For a long moment, nothing happened. The wind howled louder, as if mocking their hope. Then the door creaked open. A tall man stood there, broad-shouldered, his beard thick and untrimmed, his eyes sharp as winter ice. He said nothing at first. His gaze swept over them, three figures barely standing, dusted with snow, exhaustion written into every line of their bodies. "What do you want?" he asked, his voice low and rough. The old woman swallowed her fear and stepped forward. "My sons died long ago," she said. "Their mother stands before you now, with their daughters. We have nowhere else to go. Night is coming. I ask for shelter, just for tonight." The man's eyes flickered to the girls. They stood silent, frozen not just by cold but by the weight of his stare. "I don't take in strangers," he said. "People bring trouble." The words landed like stones. The girl's shoulders slumped. The younger one's eyes filled with tears, though she tried desperately not to cry. The old woman nodded slowly. "I understand," she said. "You owe us nothing. If you give us only a corner to sit until the storm passes, we will leave before sunrise." The man said nothing. He looked past them, at the darkening sky, the thick clouds rolling in fast. He knew this mountain. He knew what the night would bring. Without another word, he turned and walked back inside. For a heartbeat, they thought that was it. Then the door swung open wider. "Get in," he said. The warmth hit them instantly. Fire crackled in the hearth. The smell of wood and soup filled the air. The girls hesitated, unsure if this was real. "I won't ask again," the man said. They stepped inside. The door closed behind them, shutting out the storm. The man handed them blankets, rough but clean. He poured soup into chipped bowls and set them on the table. He did not smile. He did not speak more than necessary. But he watched. He watched as the girls ate slowly, carefully, as if afraid the food might disappear. He watched as the old woman whispered thanks under her breath before every spoonful. He watched the way she pushed her bowl toward the girls when she thought he wasn't looking. "You need it too," he said suddenly. She froze. "I'm full," she lied. He slid the bowl back to her. "Eat," he said. That wasn't a request. Something in his tone, firm but not cruel, made her obey. That night, as the storm raged outside, the girls slept curled together near the fire. The old woman stayed awake, sitting upright, afraid that if she lay down, she might not rise again. The mountain man noticed. "You won't last long like that," he said quietly. "I've lasted this long," she replied. There was a pause. "You can stay," he said. Her head snapped up. "Just until the storm ends." He shook his head. "Longer. Winter's not done with this mountain. Neither are you." Tears slid down her weathered cheeks. She tried to speak, but no words came. Days turned into weeks. The girls helped around the cabin, fetching water, sweeping snow, learning the rhythm of mountain life. Their laughter, soft at first, then louder, filled a place that had known only silence for years. The old woman cooked when her strength allowed, mended clothes, and told stories by the fire, stories of villages, of family, of love that survived loss. The mountain man listened. Slowly, he spoke too. He spoke of a wife buried beneath an avalanche years ago. Of a child who never took his first breath. Of how he had come to the mountain not to live, but to disappear. One evening, the younger girl asked him, "Why did you let us stay?" He stared into the fire for a long time before answering. "Because once," he said, "someone knocked on my door when I had nothing left. And I didn't open it." The fire cracked loudly. "I won't make that mistake again." Spring came. The snow melted. Paths reopened. News traveled. People spoke of rebuilding villages, of starting over. The old woman stood at the door one morning, watching sunlight touch the peaks. "You gave us life," she said. "We will never forget." The mountain man shook his head. "You gave it back to me," he replied. The girls ran outside, free and laughing, their voices echoing through the valley. The mountain, silent witness to so much loss, now held something else. Hope. And it all began with a knock on a door, and a man who chose to open it.